I was just thinking that.
That would be terrible.
I just did it. Oh! Alright, what's poppin', y'all? So in this video, let's take some time, let's talk about mowers, because I got this comment from Philip Chang and he asked what push mower do I use, and I always say that I have the Exmark Commercial 30S series, but that's all that I ever say. Let's go deep into all the mowers that I've had, all the comparisons. We'll talk about Exmark versus Toro versus the Timemaster, because I know a lot of y'all ask about that mower. We'll talk about the Toro 22 that I started with, and the Honda that I used, and also the Gravely that I used to have. So starting with mowers, and I'm also going to remember to talk slowly. Starting with the mowers, this is the mower that I have. They don't really sell it in the dealerships anymore because it's an older model, but it's the Exmark Commercial 30 S Series Kawasaki FJ180, and I paid around $2,000 for it. Now it's going for $22.19 from the dealers, but not from the Exmark website. The only one on the Exmark website is going to be, where'd it go? This one right here? Is this? Oh, there you go. It's going to be $25.99, so $2,600, and this is the one that they usually sell now. It's called the X Series. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit beefier, it's a little bit heavier than the one that I use, the S Series. So you can see right here, it's a little bit of just a smaller frame, and then look at this one right here. It's just bigger and it's more expensive, but it's a little bit stronger. I've had both. I actually bought this one and I returned it a couple days later because I just didn't like the way it felt, but I didn't really give it too much time to take it in. But the reason I returned it was because I had this one and I wanted to replace it, but I realized, you know what, I actually like this mower. They felt honestly like kind of almost the same strength to me when I was putting them on the thick yards, and also this one was just easier to navigate. So I actually returned this one, and then the dealership actually took it back, so I'm really happy about that. Shout out to Winnie's. And then I went back to this mower. So this is the one that I recommend. It's harder to find. Maybe you can go to different dealers around town. Maybe you go for a road trip, or maybe you can buy used on Craigslist or Facebook or something, but this is the one that I like. And the other version is going to be right here for $2,600, but I paid $2,000. Now it's going for $22.19. And then this one over here on this website is also just another dealership showing it's going for $22.19 for the S Series. So now there's the Exmark 30s, and there's also the Turfmasters. There's also the same thing, just like there's an S and an X series. There is just a regular Turfmaster. The model number is what matters, and then there's also a Turfmaster HDX. So this one is going for $19.99, That's what I paid for mine. So it's the same thing, identical to the Exmark, except the way you adjust the wheels is different. But other than that, they're pretty much identical when you look at them. So just like that, there's also the $2,600 Toro Turfmaster, the HDX version, as you can see right here. And same thing, it's just like the X Series, same price, same cage, just the same thing. The only thing that's different is the wheels, how you adjust the height, but they're both pretty easy. So that is about the same for the Exmarks and the Toros. Again, I like the smaller models, but you can get any of them. I think they're all great. I love the 30-inch mowers. Those are my favorite. So people are asking about the Timemaster. I think if you want to spend this much money, but look how much closer it is to this right there. It's a little bit more. It's another rack, but still it'll be worth it when this is lasting you 3, 4 years, 5 years, and this one's lasting you, the Timemaster is lasting you about maybe one season, not even one season, maybe just like a couple months, because I had one and it broke down. I had to return it. They couldn't fix it. I would try to go through the warranty actually, but then I just wanted to return it. They wanted to fix it, but they ended up not being able to fix it, and then I ended up just selling it. So it was a weird experience. I don't recommend them. They feel great. Some people in my course and in my program tell me that they work on them a lot and they fix them up and they just know how to repair every single piece. I guess if you want to do that, you could, but me, I would say just save your money, and just if you're going to spend $1,500, just get like maybe another $500. Try to buy one of these ones used if you can find them, or new, or just save up a little bit more and get the big version, and it'll be worth it. I think if you want to buy this, just be on the side of, I'm going to buy it, use it, and I'm going to sell it before it breaks down, because they're not meant to last. That's why they're plasticky. You could feel them. It just feels like a bunch of plastic. These ones are made out of metal. These ones will crush your feet and crush your fingers and stuff. This one just feels like it's just going to like bend if you hit a tree or something. So that's what I think about that. It's up to you. You could try it. They're a cool little beginner mower. Honestly, I had one and it was fun because it introduced me to the 30, to my Exmark 30, but I don't think it's necessary. I think you could just go straight from this mower like I did, the Toro Recycler 22. This is what I started with. It folds in half right here, so you could put it in your car. You could put it in a very tight space. You could put it, if it's really hard to store, you can make it easier for yourself in your garage. It has the high wheel. It has the personal pace system, so when you walk, you just push forward with it. And I paid about this. I think maybe I paid like $450, but this is the exact mower that I used for 3 years. I didn't even know that The Exmarks existed until the third year. Then once I went and got this mower, I was like, damn, I should have switched away from this one a long time ago. So if you guys have this mower now, it's okay, enjoy it. But I think your goal should be to get a 30 year bigger as soon as possible. But if you got this, it's okay. Again, 3 years for me, I used this mower for reals and it was working great. But once I found out about the 30s, I was like, damn, I should have just, because it doesn't only save you time, because people say how much time does it save you. It's 21 inches versus 30, so you could say it cuts a third off the time, but also think about the energy that you're saving because the mower is doing more work for you. These little small mowers, you're doing most of the work because you got to push them around, but these big old Exmarks, they pull you around and you save time, you save energy, you're not as hot, you're not in the sun for as long. It compounds on the benefits, and it just makes your life so much easier, not only just the time that you save, but how much better you feel after you charge when you have better, stronger equipment, so you can give your body a rest because the equipment is taking the stress off you because it's doing the work because you're spending the money for the good commercial equipment that's meant for that. So that's what I think about small mowers. The 21-inch Hondas, I also had one of these too. It was pretty cool. I didn't really like how you couldn't discharge from it, but it had the twin blade and it was cool. I think I paid around 400 for my Honda. I sold it on Craigslist. And then I also did used to have one of these. It was the pistol grip manual shifter where you could just smack it with your knee. I paid this much with the little Velky sulky, and then I didn't like it. I sold it, I think, a month later for 2,800. I took a little loss, and then I ended up going back to my Exmark because I started again from right here, upgraded to the Timemaster actually. Then I went over here, and then I went over here, and then I went back over here. And I think it's okay to bounce around and try different equipment, because that's how you only know if you're gonna like it. People will say what they want. People have different opinions and stuff. It's okay whenever you get these mowers. They're kind of hard to use at first, but they're so fun and they're the perfect mower. And I've had it my entire channel, and I don't plan on changing it. And I had it before my channel, and I just love these mowers so much. People ask me if I'm gonna upgrade. I'll let you guys know when I do, but so far I really haven't wanted to because these mowers are perfect. I have a lot of little yards, and sometimes they're hard to get into the backyard. And this mower, I can always get it. I can flip it around. I can pick it up, and it's cool. And I just love it. I think for the price, it's just such a bang for the buck mower. And I wish I would get sponsored by them. That's the one thing that I think I've always was dead for is Exmark mowers and Turfmasters and all that stuff too. All these 30-inch mowers are badass. So that's my little talk on mowers. I guess to recap it, this is my mower. This is the beefier version that they sell in the dealerships right now for $2,600. My mower costs around $22. Toro also makes the same thing for either $2,000 or $2,200, and they also have the beefier version for $2,600. The Timemaster, if you want to go for it, I think you should skip it, but if you want to go try it, just go get your money's worth, go have fun with it, use it, and sell it before it breaks. But it's cool to get introduced to a 30-inch mower, but you're already so close to 2,000 with this number. I really love these mowers. These are perfect to start out with, 300, 400. It doesn't have to be the identical version. It doesn't have to fold if you don't need it to, but I really like the personal pace at least, and I like the mower altogether. You could discharge from it. It's really reliable. Even though it's residential, I used it commercially. This one is residential. I used it commercially. It didn't work, but this one always worked great. So Hondas, they're cool too if you want to start with a Honda. And then if you want to get a bigger mower, I think if I would have got a belt drive or a hydro drive where it's like zero turn style. This one I had to like pull it backwards, and I was turning by putting the brake on the right and the left and the clutch and stuff. It was crazy. I had no idea when I bought it. I should have tried it. I didn't even demo it. I didn't know anything. I was reading lawnsite.com and those lawn forums, and people said you should get this mower, so I bought it, and I just took an L. So you could definitely try the mower before you buy it. Try to demo it. Sometimes the dealers will even bring the mower to you, like even if it's a standard or rider or even a 30, they'll come bring it to you and let you try it on a job or try it at your house. So just make some phone calls. It's free too, and they're happy to represent it and try to get you to buy it. So all this stuff I wish I would have known, so at least maybe you can know it. You don't make the same mistakes as I do. But I need to post this, edit this baby, and I need to go to bed because I'm going to mow tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out, love you, have a great night, and gang gang.